to be very natural. I don't like a. You're recording right now, right? Yeah, I really prefer to have natural because at the end of the day, it's whoever is editing is gonna be like, why do you do that? No, just like let's go to the point. So one of the most important things, and hey guys, Alexander over here. We got Elisa. We just closed today. Today I'm gonna do kind of different situation, different conversation, and instead of to hey, you bought the house and everything. And much better, I would like to go deep inside into the process with Elisa as a mindset buying her house. One of the most important things that I always tell the people is like having a budget. What is your must in the house? That in that way you're gonna have more narrow to looking for a house. Is that right? Because we were looking for for quite a time, right?
Yeah, I had to set mind to what I wanted. Then I also had to look at my budget, what I was able to afford. And I did have a set mind. I wanted an outside area. I wanted 2 bedrooms and those kind of things. I already knew what it is that I wanted. But it ended up changing because I had to look at what I was able to afford, what's available for me. So it started off in one direction and then it kind of changed back and forth a little bit. But I finally find something that I'm comfortable with and be able to
something that is suitable your needs.
Yes.
Regarding about size, location, space and all that stuff. And also suitable your needs regarding about the payments, because at the end of the day it's all about that, because right now we understand the interest rate is skyrocketing. Yesterday I had a conversation with, thanks to Chris Bianco, he helped us out to shout out to him. He helped us out to get this process very nice and smoothly regarding about the financial. I was talking to him and told me today is September 14th, just for the record, the interest rate increased more, and that's because of the inflation has not been dropped as the government was planning. So whoever is gonna buy is gonna be more difficult. So it was like just the perfect storm.
Yeah, he told me about that because if we hadn't started way back when we started together, that I would have to have right now. It would have been I probably couldn't afford it right now with the interest rate.
Exactly. So it was. How long you looking for? We were looking for a year or something.
It's been a year. It was September. It's going to be a year. So,
it's going to be in a year. But once again, it's all about the mindset. What are you looking for? What do you need? And what is the locations that we have? And we started from multifamilies and then single families, and then we decided like, no, it wouldn't work. I didn't want to have any headaches with somebody else. And then with the size of the house, on the single families, but we were seeing that the single family was over our budget or needs a lot of condition, because you didn't want to, just chip your nails and all that stuff.
Yes.
Something ready to move in. Nothing wrong with that. It's that's at the end of the day. And everybody is different. Every buyer is different. Some of them, they have an open mind, like, okay, I'm gonna turn down the walls, I'm gonna take this on this one. And some people, they don't want to do it. It's just like, I'm done with that.
Yeah, I wanted something that, that almost move in ready. I wouldn't mind painting, stuff like that, but I didn't want to have to do major
stuff,
construction or renovation, something like that. Something simple, especially with my age, I didn't want that. What I got is basically something that's going to work for me at this time in my life. So it works out very well.
Exactly. Now, we were talking about, we were looking for a while, that we were very strict regarding about the budget and what I was looking for, the size, locations, and all that stuff. Now, going a little bit more deep in the process. When we get on the contract, we get the offer accepted on the contract. How was the communication? It was open. Do you feel like lost in the woods or something?
No, with every step that between you and Chris, as far as the interest rates, sitting down and looking at the option as far as the interest rates and the monthly payment, which for me was a big thing.
That was a big deal.
That was a big thing because, and especially when a lot of the papers started coming, and then I understand it, you were there and I've called you, concerned about, okay, this is not what we talked about before. So, but between you and Chris, you explained to me what I needed to do, and it was just, an estimate. It wasn't the final paper that was the end of it. So that helped me a lot. So it's just a communication back and forth, and also the videos that you sent was very helpful. I called you about that. It's just giving a heads up. Okay, this is what's going to happen, and so it was, to me, it gave me comfort knowing something is going to happen before it actually happened. So that was having
like a preparing
yes.
the road.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's all about that, setting the expectations at the beginning. So in that way, when it's coming, we're gonna have that opportunity, right?
It's not a surprise.
It's not a surprise.
You know what to expect.
Exactly. So that's the most important thing: communication, setting expectations at the right moment, and the most important thing. I mean, I always true believer that it's all about the trust that you earn is through the communication.
Yeah.
It's because if you don't provide that communication, anything starts to fall in between the cracks, and that's when the anxiety or uncertainty kick in.
Yeah.
And most of the people, I understand that it's a big step. And I do remember, yesterday when you called me and said, I received a Bible, like a huge package, and I was like, what?
Yes.
But you went totally read everything about it.
I read everything, and I had questions, and I think I interpret some things the wrong way, and that's why I reached out and said, okay, this is not what we talked about. Why is it that, why is the numbers coming up that high? But like I said, communication, and it was explained to me, this is what the numbers meant, and okay, then I was able to breathe, and okay. And it's also said that, those are the estimates, so, until we get to the final number, those are just, estimates and stuff. But like I said, it's just a communication. I was able to call you, I was able to call Chris, so.
That communication was the key.
Yes, and you guys were available whenever I called you, and you reached out to me a lot, how are things going, all that stuff, so.
Yeah, it's to make sure that there is no uncertainty in that
helped,
moment.
yes.
Now, the buyers right now, as a first-time home buyer, what do you want to say something to the buyers out there that want to buy? What is your mindset on that one? Before you were like, I'm not buying it, and then I'm buying it, now I have it.
Yeah.
What is your mindset to the people out there? As a mindset, not as a disclosing or your transaction, but it's in general.
I mean, for me, this is something that as a single parent, I didn't think it was possible. So I put it off because financially I wasn't ready anyway. But right now, at my time of my life, I am ready. I didn't think it could happen, and the support of the family, you and Chris, and said, this could happen, and after looking into it, I said, you know what, better late than never, instead of paying someone rent, even though it's kind of late in life. But to me, I want something that I can say, you know what, this is mine, and it's just a good accomplishment for that actually happened, even though it's, like I said, it's later than I would have liked, but I wasn't ready then financially, and so I think I am now, and I'm ready to get it go.
So what I'm hearing from you is basically it was not an itch, like I got an itch to buy. No, it was like a financially responsibility. This is my budget, and this is what I stick in on most of the time. Now I can do it because before I couldn't do it, but I was your financial responsibility mindset to say I'm gonna do it.
Right, I didn't want to get something and not be able to afford it, because that's not. It would just fail. So I wanted something that I could afford. That's why it took so long, and I wanted something that I would be able to be comfortable to be able to say, you know what, I like it, and I'm ready to sign on the dotted line.
on the dotted line, not in the fine print,
No,
on the dotted line. But once again, so we were talking about persistence, taking the big step on regarding about being financial, responsible to paying the mortgage, and also having the criteria on, what you're looking for, having the budget on all that stuff, and give that opportunity, and finally make that step. Not for you, but it was for your family, because buying a property, as we know, September 14 today, the interest rate is so high, which has pushed the rent as well. So many people right now to rent an apartment right now is 2 bedrooms, regular apartment, 1,600 typically. Now, you get a good deal, to be honest with you, on this one. A little bit more on that. So you made the decision: should I buy, or should I rent?
Yes.
And that's the most important thing.
And that's one of the decisions too. Is it was not only that was I able financially to do it, but right now I am renting in a lower payments, but that could change at any time because of my situation. And if I were to go into another house, I was going to go paying 13, 14. So why go putting that much money towards something that's not going to be mine? I'd rather pay towards something that eventually could be mine or somebody in my family.
All right. So once again, to recap, what we were saying is basically having the financial responsibility, but we were lucky that you were in a house that the rent was not high. But if you want to rent that out, it's going to be more difficult, and the most important thing is going to be more difficult to get the down payment or something like that. But the saving is going to go down because you're paying somebody else's mortgage. That sounds awful, but it's reality.
Yeah, that is.
It is reality. But you know what? Thank you. I appreciate your trust, and I appreciate you, and we made it.
Yes, I want to thank you too for being very patient. It was a long process because of
it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to be
what I was looking for, but also was it available within my budget? What was my needs? But thank you for being very patient.
No, my pleasure. And I do remember, like yesterday too, when she called me, how many months you've been working with a buyer? And I do remember, like, it's not about how many months, it's how you feel comfortable to buy that property. Sometimes it sounds like we get a good deal, sometimes it's not a good deal. It's when it's meant to be, meant to be.
It took a while, but we did it.
We did it. All right, guys, as you can see, it's all about trust, it's all about communication. At the end of the day, looking for the best opportunity for you and your family regarding about financial responsibility, paying the mortgage and how much I can afford it, and the size that we're looking for. We're very strict in that area, not as a itch, like I got the itch to buy today. It's not buying a condo or house. It's not like going to the shopping center and buy. It's a big investment. So the most important thing, know what you're doing, and always having a great conversation with the realtor and the lender to make it happen. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, as always.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Thanks to Michael Lima office too. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that too.
Yes.
Shame on me. Hey, they're not paying me anything. I just, I have to mention that when a great teams comes together, great success coming around. And having Michael Lima, the communication with them, once again, communication.
Yes.
You were pretty much pleased and satisfied what they do and all the stuff. It was a nice, smoothly transaction, to be honest.
Everything was.
And also the other realtor as well, Maria Lerox.
Yes, she was
very nice.
Yes.
She was very nice. Kudos for her. Kudos to everyone. At the end of the day, communication, it make it happen. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry it's too long, but it was worth it. All right, bye. Peace.